Edgar Lungu's wishes.
Elements that were contrary to what was agreed upon. The government chose Bishop Joshua Banda from the North Mid Assemblies of God, and the family appointed Dr. Alec Banda, the Roman Catholic Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Lusaka. It was agreed that the two mediators were to preside over the discussions between the family and the government. However, at the time of this agreement, His Grace Archbishop Banda was in Europe and only set to return home on or around the 1st of October 2025. In the intervening period, the state engaged in acts that have only worked to undermine trust in the process. These acts included the following. Number one, hiring of the services of a private investigator without the knowledge and consent of the family. On 23rd of September 2025, in an attempt to access the body of former President Lungu, the Zambian government engaged a private investigator who approached the morgue holding the remains of the late former president, alleging that a docket of case had been opened after a report was allegedly received from a family member to the extent that the former president had been poisoned. Whilst the said private investigator, in the company of plainclothes police officers, was still at the morgue, the family was contacted, and upon request, the said investigator and police declined to talk to the family. Instead, the investigator and police officers proceeded to hold a meeting with the management of the morgue. The following were the minutes of the proceedings of the said meeting. And I quote, on 23rd September 2025, we received an announced visit from members of the South African Police Service, accompanied by a representative of a private security firm. The purpose of the visit was to inquire about the whereabouts of the body in connection with a case of alleged poisoning involving the president. The attendees
this guy is immature
were Sheldon Mwale, who was the chief executive of the morgue, Fulufelo Lukwareni was the operations manager of the morgue, and Pom Nisi, executive legal risk and compliance at the morgue. With the private investigator was Detective Sergeant Ngwenya from SAPS Paktown, Sergeant Tobejani from SAPS Paktown.
So Makebi Zulu, whenever they want, this is very good. This is information. I've got information. I'm going to expose them.
Detective Sergeant Ngwenya advised that a case of poisoning had been opened and wanted to know the whereabouts of the body in order to carry out a post-mortem. When asked who initiated the case, we were informed that it was opened on the basis of allegations circulating on public platforms, including social media. We also inquired about Mr. Sirini's involvement, and he confirmed that he had been appointed by the Zambian government in relation to the matter. All three individuals presented valid identification prior to any discussions. We confirmed that the body is currently with TM, although we do not have specific details on its exact location. We also informed the officials that a court order is in place prohibiting the release of the body, and we remain committed to complying with this order. Detective Sergeant Gwenya indicated that SAPS may proceed with an application under Section 205 and potentially save us with an order to release the body so that they can do a postmortem on 25th September. Action TM to update the family regarding the above developments. End of quote. Upon receipt of these trust-breaching acts, the family decided to bring this matter to the attention of Mr. Patrick Kangwa, the Secretary to the Cabinet of the Republic of Zambia, whom the government had officially designated as its focal point of contact through whom all communication was to be carried out. In response, Mr. Kangwa expressed ignorance as to the happenings and undertook to inquire. After 3 days of silence, we nudged the Secretary to the Cabinet for a response as to the outcome of his inquiry. Mr. Kangwa responded that as far as he knew, the Zambian government was not involved in these acts and had not tendered any such report to him. As this correspondence was taking place via phone, we then requested the Secretary to the Cabinet to put in writing the response he had just shared with the family so that the formal communication of the position of the government could be shared with the morgue for its notice. Despite undertakings to do so, Mr. Kangwa has to date not done so.
Of course he wouldn't. I mean, that would be foolish.
As of this evening, Mr. Kangwa said
this boy is very immature.
Instead, on the 29th of September 2025, a group calling itself Progressive Forces of South Africa purported to have formally filed a report with the South African Police Service, alleging that President Edgar Lungu was murdered and as such investigations be carried out. It must be noted that this is the same organization that was used to disparage the Lungu family and vilify the late former President Lungu. It is also the same organization that protested at the Pretoria High Court when the matter came up for their hearing in the name of supporting the government of Zambia. The public may wish to note that while the family was and has been engaging the government in good faith, the government was and has, in the background, been carrying out clandestine activities that can only be said to be intended to frustrate the process and present a futile bid to access the body of the former President Lungu for unknown reasons. Secondly, the sustained and malicious attacks on the family-chosen mediator. Following the return of Archbishop Alik Banda, the mediator selected by the family on the 1st of October 2025, it was announced that the parties were to engage and agree on the dates and timelines for discussion. However, rogue online tabloids and individuals associated with the government of Zambia launched scathing attacks on His Grace Archbishop Banda, short of calling him a criminal. These attacks continued for days, bringing the name of the Archbishop into public ridicule and odium. This has resulted in the stalling of progress to formally commence talks. Incidents such as the above stated seriously erode the trust that is essential to the success of the process of this nature. They also raise legitimate concerns about the sincerity and coordination of efforts on the part of those involved. That said, the Lungu family remains fully committed to ensuring that the late former president is laid to rest in a manner that honors his dignity and wishes. This has been the position of the family from the beginning. As such, the family will explore every avenue to honor former President Lungu's wishes. We remain indebted to the Zambian people and other well-wishers who have continued to stand with the Lungu family in prayers, thoughts, and otherwise, and without whom the burden and load would have been unbearable. As we seek closure to what has been and continues to be a very difficult period, we continue praying to God Almighty and remain hopeful that this darkest hour will pass. May God bless Zambia, and may God bless everyone who is watching this broadcast. I thank you.
Thank you to those of you that that alerted me of Makebi's press briefing. Makebi Zulu is very mature, very mature, very, very mature. You know what all this press briefing was all about? I'm sure Makebi Zulu, wherever he was excited. He was excited to come and break the news to you people that the Zambian government had engaged a private investigator. And this private investigator went to the morgue and he even identified himself, and they had a meeting, and here is what they discussed. According to Makebi Zulu, this was, this was big news. This was big news, and he was excited to come and announce it. It is, I'm exposing them. Makebi Zulu, wherever he is, for him, he thought he's exposing the Zambian government. This was an expose. It was an expose. They went there. And they had a meeting. Whatever. It was an expose. But I can tell you, it was childish. This press briefing, all of it, it was just childish. It was just childish. Childish in the sense that what am I talking? Why do I call it childish? To start with, these people, I mean, there are people in Zambia who still believe that Edgar Lungu is still alive. There are people who still believe that Edgar Lungu is still alive. And, it is, and they themselves, they came up with different stories, and there are other stories as well, which have come up. There are people that, because of them hiding in Chitumbi, they have declared Edgar Lungu is dead. But now no one has confirmed independently. There is no confirmation independently that Edgar Lungu is dead. There is nothing. Even some of us who are convinced that yes, Edgar Lungu is dead, we only speak from the point of view of events, because we knew of the events that were going on. But I do understand those who actually argue that no, he's not dead. I am convinced Edgar Lungu is dead. And why am I convinced? I'm convinced because I have been close to Edgar Lungu and the people around Edgar Lungu. That's why I'm convinced. But now, if you think of somebody who is not close, who didn't know of the events which were happening, who didn't know, remember, this Edgar Lungu, when he was very sick in South Africa, there were people that were saying, Edgar Lungu, ali gwa. You see that? Some of us, we knew that Edgar Lungu is very sick in South Africa. And yet, we had people holding press conferences saying, we are going on with Plan B, and those who are wishing Edgar Lungu to be sick, bazinama, because Edgar Lungu ali gwa. In seeing that, that's when I dropped my page. I stopped talking. If you remember, those of you who follow me, you remember that I stopped talking. Because I realized that these people were lying. And I stopped talking. I just closed my page. I closed my page for some time. Now, Edgar Lungu dies. Of course, for me, because I knew of what was happening in South Africa, I have no reason to doubt that Edgar Lungu is dead. But I do understand those who think that no, Edgar Lungu is actually still alive. I do understand them. Because they are not privileged to know what was happening behind closed doors amidst the confirmation that was coming from the PF themselves that Edgar Lungu is okay. Edgar Lungu is well. They were busy posting things on social media, on his page, in Edgar Lungu's name. They were posting things like Edgar Lungu is the one that has posted. Creating a narrative or doing a propaganda to show that Edgar Lungu is okay. So, these people, they are the ones that created this first of all. Makebi Zulu, I'm saying you are childish. You don't think too much. You don't think deep. You don't think deep. You are like a child who just gets excited. Oh, yes, I found this. You don't think deep. You are the people that created the doubt in the minds of the people. When Edgar Lungu was sick, you were saying he's okay. Then from nowhere, you come and announce that Edgar Lungu is dead. From nowhere, you come and announce that Edgar Lungu is dead. A day before, you were saying Edgar Lungu is okay. Edgar Lungu is okay. Edgar Lungu ali gwa. The next day, Edgar Lungu is dead. What do you expect people to think? Eh? And then on top of that, imamweka futi, the same people, you come up and say, Edgar Lungu is poisoned. Eh? Edgar Lungu is poisoned. Imamweka futi, no, he has died because he delayed to come for medical whatever. But meanwhile, you are saying all this, you have never shown the people of Zambia the body of Edgar Lungu. You have never shown them. So who is creating this situation? Eh? Who is creating this situation? Is it the Zambian government or it is you? It is your lies. You have never shown. You have never shown. No one has confirmed. Even you, Makebi Zulu, you have not said, as a spokesperson, na penyamo na menso yanga, muli body yawa Edgar Lungu naiwona. No one. You have been having masses. You have been having masses. You have been gathering people. You never brought the body. Why didn't you bring the body? Why didn't you bring the body? So, what do you expect? What do you expect? People have created these stories. There are stories. And even you, Makebi Zulu, you know. There have been stories. Know that Edgar Lungu was shot. Edgar Lungu was poisoned. 3 narratives. There is an issue to say, you know, he died because he delayed to go to the hospital. No, he died because he was poisoned. No, he died because he was shot. And then others are saying, no, he's actually alive. He's actually alive. So with these speculations, what do you expect? Eh? What do you expect? What do you expect? Do you think such his story why some waleta pamulavasa, this story that you have brought, do you think it is strange? There is nothing strange. There is nothing strange. Anyone can probe into the death of Edgar Lungu. It is not strange. Don't even be excited. It is not strange. There is nothing. Complicated or nothing clandestine. There is nothing. There is nothing. This is just common sense. When you have a former head of state being said to say, no, Edgar Lungu aligwa gwa. Edgar Lungu is planning plan B. Edgar Lungu is issuing statements. The next day, Edgar Lungu is dead. Next, no, Edgar Lungu is poisoned. No, Edgar Lungu is shot. No, Edgar Lungu, he died because whatever. And others, and then you don't bring the body. You don't bring the body. Even when you have lost the case, you lose the case, you still fight. You have no shame, Makebi Zulu. You have no shame to even come to the media. You have lost the case. You have lost the case. The court has ruled, release the body. But you have been fighting, unreasonably fighting. Unreasonably fighting. Unbelievably fighting. You can't understand why are these people holding on to the body so much. Why? Why are they hiding the body this much? They are doing everything to hide the body. Why are they hiding the body? So you, Makebi Zulu, do you think this is a news that surprises you? This is news that you can break to the Zambian people and wonder, so there were people who went to to check the body. Of course it is not strange. It is not strange. Because you are the one who has created this. Whatever Makebi Zulu came to bring up, it is as a result of their own creation. It is their creation. It is them that they have been lying on Edgar Lungu. They have been lying. And some people want to find the truth. Would you blame them? Would you blame them? Eh? Would you blame them? Would you blame them if people are engaged in trying to find out the truth about this? Would you blame them? Makebi Zulu, those people, they are going to wherever they think that this is where Edgar Lungu's body is. They are going there because they want to see for themselves. They want to confirm because of the lies that you have been creating. You are the ones who have been creating lies, not government. And then you are saying, you asked the, first of all, according to your statement, there is no confirmation that those people who went there, they were sent by government. There is no confirmation. There is no confirmation. Those people, according to your statement, there is nowhere where you have confirmed that these people came from the government. There is nowhere. There is no confirmation. There is no confirmation. You are a lawyer, Makebi Zulu. You are a lawyer. From what you have said, there is no confirmation where you can say these people came from government. You can't. First of all, these people that you have mentioned, the names that you have mentioned there, these are South Africans. There is no Zambian. There is no Zambian. Then number two, the people, the company that you are talking about, it is a South African company. It is not a Zambian company. These are not Zambian people who are going there. So how can you confirm to say this is government? This is government. How? And then you write to, you call Patrick Kango. And Patrick Kango says, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. And then look at how foolish Makebi Zulu is. Look how foolish. You call Patrick Kango. Patrick Kango, they have said that they are from the Zambian government. They want to investigate about the body. And Patrick Kango says, I don't know about it. And you say, can you put it in writing? Just look at how petty this guy is. Look at how petty this guy is. Eh? People go wherever, whatever happened, fine. You call Patrick Kango, there is this. Eh? And Patrick Kango says, I don't know about this. Next, you are asking Patrick Kango to write officially that he doesn't know. What nonsense is that? In which capacity is that how communication work at government level? Eh? To date, even I can add to this evening, there is no response. Because there is nothing to respond to. There is nothing to respond to. The government of Zambia is not going to be responding to whatever to my allegations. Eh? Even me, I will come up with allegations. The people will knock on my door. Imagine people just right now, they knock on my door. Eh? I go out to say, no, we are from the Zambian government. Eh? I mean, is Zambian government obligated to respond to such when I start talking? Hey, no. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. But Patrick Kango can never respond to that. He can never put it in writing. He gave you a response. He gave you a response. What evidence did you give to Patrick Kango? If you are saying, if there was a letter, eh? If these people gave you a letter to say, here is a copy, we were engaged by the Zambian government, here is a copy, and this copy is coming from the Zambian government. Eh? I'm teaching you, Makebi Zulu, how things should go. Eh? But your people say, no, Makebi Zulu is a very intelligent lawyer. He's a very intelligent lawyer. No, you are down. You are very down, young man. You are down. Because you cannot ask Patrick Kango to put it in writing when based on hearsay. Because this is hearsay. You are saying those people said this. The question that I'm asking you, as a lawyer, you Makebi Zulu, as a lawyer, what confirmation do you have that those people were actually hired by the Zambian government? What confirmation do you have? If you have that confirmation, I know you are following. If you have that confirmation, post that confirmation, release it through your whatever. We want to see the confirmation that the Zambian government engaged the private investigators. So you don't have evidence, and you are story yamuka chasu you bring it to Patrick Kangwa, and you want Patrick Kangwa to use a headed paper responding to you. Who the hell are you, Makebi Zulu? Who the hell are you? This is the foolishness I talk about, that these people, they think that they are in government. Eh? They think that they are in government. Who the hell are you, Makebi Zulu, to instruct Patrick Kangwa to start writing to you on a headed paper, Zambian government? Eh? Do you even understand the position of secretary to the cabinet? Do you even understand? Eh? That man represents government. He is our CEO. He is a director of government. And that director of government cannot be jumping at your request, Makebi Zulu. Eh? You bring Nkaniza Mkachash kuri ba Patrick Kangwa, and you want him to write. What the hell? What the hell? Eh? You even there serious? To date, I can even add to this evening, there has been no response. What is he responding to? What is he responding to? To your Nkaniza Mkachash. Nkaniza Mkachash, because you have no confirmation. You have no confirmation, and fine. Even to add, the company that you are talking about is a South African company. There is no Zambian delegate among the people that went there. And even if there was a Zambian, by the way, it does not mean that person is representing the government of the Republic of Zambia until there is a recognized government official. Even if it was me who appeared there, you can't say it is government. You can't. Even if it was me, you can't say it was government. Unless somebody who is in government, representing government, and you, Makebi Zulu, if you are that intelligent, you ought to know who can represent government. For you to say this is government. You know, unless you are so dumb. Unless you're so dumb that you don't know how government is represented. So, Nkaniza Mkachasu, there is no way Patrick Kangwa can respond to Nkaniza Mkachasu. He's a mature man. He knows his job. And you're not his boss. That you should write. But Makebi Zulu, you are dumb, right? You are dumb. You are really dumb. I think it's one chikata Makebi Zulu. I think it's one chikata. Uongona mfuasa. Tabule womba win. How can Patrick Kangwa respond to that? Nonsense. So, but hiring investigators and going to investigate, anyone can do it. Even me, I can do it. Even me, I can do it. I do these things. Hello? I do. If I want to find out about something, I do. Even now, I'm investigating something. I received a cassetting report and I've been busy calling people. Eh? I do. You want to find out? Eh? Imagine if I would have a picture. Eh? Yaba lungu munanikani. Ichitumbi chaba lungu. Eh? It would be big. It would be big. It would even sell. I would even make money. Eh? If I can have ichitumbi fyakuya chikopa fya muchiberera muno ichitumbi chaba lungu pa na chikopa. It's a big issue. This is a former head of state. That's why we're saying that public interest is very high. And it can be anyone. It can be anyone. So how dare you, Makebi Zulu, start saying the government is doing things to jeopardize whatever. This is how you lost even in court. Even in court, that's how you lost. Because even in court, if you were to bring in court, you would lose. Because in court, they would ask you, confirm Makebi Zulu. Confirm that these people came from government. Show us. Show us the evidence. Makebi Zulu wouldn't be able to give you the evidence. And that's how Makebi Zulu has been losing cases. Eh? That's why he has been losing cases. Is this down whereby he can accuse a government without substantiating? He's accusing the government without substantiating. Alibe evidence. Just because whoever told him, it could be anyone. And they can say anything. It could be anyone. They could be even my people. There could have been people that I would have sent. And they could say that. Anyone Anyone can claim to say I'm coming from government. Anyone can do that. Even me here, I can do that. Eh? But people who are sober, people who are reasonable, they will be able to ask you to say, where is the evidence? Show us the evidence that you are representing the Zambian government. Show us the evidence. Show us the evidence. It could be anyone. But mastori yako Makebi Zulu, yosagwira bwino ni so chabe. That's why umaruza makesi mkoti. That's why wamangisa abantu bambiri mkoti. Because you don't know how to argue. Karizon kako kama Pereira penangu. Kama Pereira so kankara staki. You don't have evidence to that effect. Then I can move on. The other issue now is about Baharik Banda. I'm sorry, here I'm going to talk about it as a public lawyer. So, excuse me, issue I could know, I'm a Catholic, what, I'm just going to talk as a public lawyer. I'm not dealing with a matter of faith. I'm dealing with a public issue. I'm dealing with a public issue. First of all, you know, I am surprised that Baharik Banda was chosen to be the representative of the family in the mediation. I am very surprised. I am very surprised that Baharik Banda was the one chosen to mediate on behalf of the family. I am very, very surprised. Very, very surprised. Number one. Number two, I am very, very surprised that Baharik Banda accepted. I'm very, very surprised. Very, very surprised and disappointed. Very, very surprised and disappointed. Number one, why am I surprised that Baharik Banda was chosen? Baharik Banda is an interested party just like Makebi Zulu. Baharik Banda, he has been biased. Baharik Banda, he has been on this side. Baharik Banda is not neutral. Baharik Banda is as good as a PF cadre. And excuse me, I'm just, don't put your issue out, Archbishop. No. Please. I'm just stating things as they are. Baharik Banda is as good as a bona fide PF member. He is as good as that. I mean, he has been in the political scene. So unfortunately, when you come into the political scene, allow others also to do the politics. Allow me to do the politics. Baharik Banda has been on the side of the PF. And why do I say that? Because me, I don't make statements without backing them up. I don't say statements without backing them up. Ever since UPND came into power, Baharik Banda has been at loggerheads with the UPND government. He has been at loggerheads. He has publicly attacked the UPND government. Not in a manner that we expect a clergyman cheating the government, the ruling government. It is not in the same manner. There are a number of clergy that have issued statements against the government. But the manner that they do them, the manner that they come out, you can say that they are offering checks and balances. They are speaking for the people. But Baharik Banda has been coming out directly attacking the UPND like a politician. Remember, there was a auxiliary bishop of Chipata. He issued a statement and I came out here. I strongly defended him and I attacked Cornelius Mwete. When Cornelius Mwete answered, I attacked because what Archbishop Banda, what the auxiliary bishop of Chipata said, it was not politics. He was basically, reminding the government in power that you promise people. Don't lie to people. When you promise people things, you should be able to deliver. That is not speaking like a politician. But Baharik Banda, he has come out like a politician. For example, another incident that you can remember clearly, on the memorial of Basad, Baharik Banda, there was government saying, let's have a memorial at Cathedral of the Holy Cross. But the PF, they went and gathered at the Cathedral of the Holy Cross. And who celebrated the Mass? It was Archbishop Eric Banda. You know, in certain situations where you see there is an impasse between the government and, you know, a political party, a leader of a church is supposed to mediate. Is supposed to mediate to unite them, to bring them together. He shouldn't take a side and insist to be on this side. Then he loses that position as a mediator. But Eric Banda has lost that position as a mediator because he has clearly taken a side. He has clearly taken a side. Like a good example, like I've told you, when there was that impasse on the memorial of Vasata, Eric Banda's action to celebrate Mass with the PF in the Cathedral of the Holy Cross was partisan. It turned into partisan. It is damning those to say, no, those are wrong. This is what is right. That is not a way a clergyman is supposed to behave. That is not the way a clergyman is supposed to behave. For example, I can give you another example. If me and my wife, okay, we have a difference, okay, we have a difference. And in this difference, then we call a priest. And this priest takes my position. For example, I mean, my in-law just died. And then we say, okay, we want to have a memorial for the in-law. And me, I say, no, this memorial must be held here in Malaysia. And my wife says, no, the memorial must be held in Ethiopia. And we are quarreling there, we are fighting. Where should the memorial be held? No, because me, as your husband, I am here. And you, as my wife, you are, you know, you want. So there is that difference. A good priest will help us to come together and agree, other than just taking one side, or to say no, because you daddy, you are the Catholic, this one whatever, and then comes and celebrates Mass here, and my wife celebrates Mass in Ethiopia. Would that be good? Is that how a clergyman is supposed to operate? No. No. So here, please bear with me. I'm pointing facts as they are. Things as they are. But Eric Banda has taken a position. But Eric Banda, he is on one side. So, as like this, and look at the bitterness. There is really bitterness between the UPND and Eric Banda. There is this bitterness between the UPND and Eric Banda. It is a clear thing. We can't even pretend it's there. And you know, so when you are in this position, how can you be a mediator? How can you be a mediator? Because a mediator, you're supposed to have some semblance of neutrality. But a person who has got interest, a person who has taken a position, how can this person be a mediator? How can he be a mediator? I have taken a position, for example, to support Hakainde Hichilema. I am supporting Hakainde Hichilema. I've come out clearly. I'm supporting Hakainde Hichilema. If there is a conflict between Hakainde Hichilema and Brian Mundubire, can I be chosen to come and mediate? Eh? Can I be chosen to come and mediate? I can't. And even myself, I should be able to say, no, I can't. I can't. So I'm surprised that he even accepted. I'm surprised that he even accepted because, I mean, let's bring it out as it is. These are facts. These are issues which are in the public domain. But most of the times, we fear to discuss these things, especially when it becomes to, you know, an archbishop. You know, you don't want to talk about it. But, I mean, sometimes we just have to say things as they are. But Eric Banda has poised himself as a UPN, as a PF cadre. He has posed himself like as such. So he can, how can he be a mediator? How? How can he be a mediator? I'm sorry, but how can he be a mediator? How can he even accept to be a mediator? Even Makebi Zulu, this is why these things are stalled, because Makebi Zulu is an interested party. When all these things started, I told you that Makebi Zulu wants to be president. I told you Makebi Zulu wants to be president, and it has come out. So how can Makebi Zulu, who has got presidential ambitions, be the representative, be the one to negotiate with the government representative? He's an interested party. That is not how you choose a mediator. That is not how you choose a mediator. It's wrong. And I'm surprised that Arik Banda accepted. But then Makebi Zulu went on to say, we didn't even know. We didn't know. Me, I didn't know. It's Makebi Zulu has said this. And I'm sure a lot of people didn't see, because we didn't see this on social media. And yet Makebi Zulu is accusing us that no, we have been attacking Arik Banda to an extent of calling him a criminal. People were not talking about Arik Banda in those lines of criminality due to the fact that he was chosen as mediator. These are two different issues. These are two different issues. What has been in the public domain, where Arik Banda has been discussed, it is not, he has not been discussed as a mediator. No, I don't think people knew about this. People who have not made comments on Arik Banda relating to the ZRA vehicle have not made statement. But people who have been talking, they have not been talking about Arik Banda. They have been talking about Arik Banda in relation to the vehicle that was given from ZRA. That's what they have been talking about. So how can you, Makebi Zulu, again, the intelligent lawyer, how can you mix up oranges and lemons? How can you? How can you? The issue that has been in public domain, wherever Arik Banda has been discussed, has got nothing to do with him being the mediator. He has been discussed because of the vehicle that he received from ZRA. That is what they have been discussing. That is what they have been discussing. So how can you bring this into the Lungu issue? How? How can you do that? How can you do that? How? You are Makebi Zulu, how? And you people saying, no, Makebi Zulu is intelligent. Makebi Zulu is intelligent. Look at his statement. Look at his statement. It's total nonsense. There is nothing here. There is nothing here. He's accusing government. He cannot produce evidence. He's accusing Patrick Kangwa not responding. How can Patrick Kangwa be responding to Nkanizamu Kachasu? Hearsay. He's accusing people. No, they have been calling Arik Banda a criminal. But people have not been calling Arik Banda, if at all there are people that have called him criminal. They have not called him criminal because of being a mediator. They have said whatever they have said because he received a vehicle from ZRA, a public institution. How did Arik Banda, what people have been asking is, how did Arik Banda accept a vehicle from ZRA? On what basis did he agree to receive that vehicle? Yes, he's a clergy. He's supposed to receive gifts, yes. But you know, when you are receiving a gift such as a vehicle, I mean, you must be sure that it is not tainted. You must be sure that it is not tainted. So, Arik Banda, how did he accept that vehicle coming from ZRA? What did they tell him? What did they tell him? And maybe, if it bothers him that much, maybe he should issue a statement. On what basis he received that vehicle? Maybe the Lusaka Archdiocese, if it is the Lusaka Archdiocese, you know, may have to issue a statement. On what basis did Arik Banda accept that vehicle? On what basis? On what basis? This has been the question. The person that gave him the vehicle is in prison right now. He's in prison. He received a proceed of crime, if you like. So on what basis? This is the question that you, Makebi Zulu, if you want to respond to the people, this is what you're supposed to respond into. You are supposed to clear people to say, look, the Archbishop received this vehicle because of this and that and that. You can't just come up and start, no, they have been scandalizing him, they have called him a criminal. I mean, these are legitimate questions. Let us not pretend here. These are legitimate questions. A person that gave you a vehicle, because he gave you that vehicle, is in prison. What do you have to say about it? What do you have to say about it? They gave you a vehicle, and the person that gave you that vehicle, he is actually in prison. Tell us. What did you have to say about it? On what basis did you receive that vehicle? Eh? And this is why I'm saying that he has been, he has sold himself as a PF cadre. Because the other vehicles went to PF cadres. Other vehicles went to PF cadres. Other vehicles went to PF cadres. And Arik Banda is one of those people that received those vehicles without explanation. Logic follows to say, therefore, Arik Banda is also a PF cadre. But this is just the thing. Because and this is just what it is. Those vehicles were meant for PF cadres. Arik Banda is one of the recipients of the UPN of the PF of those vehicles, and there is no explanation. Isn't it logical that people would say, therefore, Arik Banda is also a PF cadre? And the statements that you issue, it's all about PF. Even when there is an impasse on the body, Arik Banda went to celebrate Mass in South Africa. There is an impasse, but Arik Banda went to celebrate Mass in South Africa. Even if you don't like the government, but by the fact that you are a clergyman, you are supposed to, at least, carry that demeanor, restrain yourself a bit. Why if you circle somehow? Not you just come out, So it puts us in a very awkward position now, if I can even speak as a Catholic. It puts us in a very awkward position. Because especially when we are looking at our clergy, when we look at the Mass, I mean, we don't want to bring in the politics. We want to celebrate Mass and unite and get salvation. But if the Mass is being politicized, I mean, it becomes difficult. And we can't keep quiet. I mean, we just have to say things as they are. So, his statement, Makebi Zulu, tapali Filipuapa. But Makebi Zulu, I'm sure wherever he was very excited. I've got minutes. I'm going to read. There are these names. I'm going to expose them. What are you exposing? At the end of the day, everything is shrouded in the fact that Makebi Zulu and whoever people there, they don't want to bring the body. They are holding on to the body. They are looking for any excuse to demonize government. They are looking for any excuse to blame government. They are looking for any excuse. And Makebi Zulu thought this is one of those excuses. But I can assure you, Makebi Zulu, even if you went to court, you would lose on this one. You would lose. You created doubt in the public. You created this interest in the public. And the people are trying to find out. They want to find anyone who can have a picture of Edgar Lungu in the mortuary. I mean, will come running. He will be a hero. Even me, I would want it. So at everything, government, where is the evidence? This lie, how many people are interested in that body? How many? A lot of people are interested. Even me, I'm interested. I can also send people to go and take a picture of that, just a picture, Muntwani. I would be very happy to get a picture to throw it on social media. And the people, it would have so many views. I would even monetize it. I would make money out of it. So how can you accuse government? And you're saying, no, he hasn't treated. You want Patrick and God to be responding. The title is different, but now with this, I think I'll even switch to I'll even just open phone lines based on this. I won't bring other issues. We will stick with the Makebi Zulu issue. We will come back because I wanted us to discuss. Some of you who are saying Haka in the HDMI is going. I wanted to have, a conversation around that. Why you think Haka in the HDMI is going? And I'll give you my side, because on my side, I don't think Edgar Lungu is going, or Haka in the HDMI is going anywhere. But because of this childish statement of Makebi Zulu, we can discuss that. We can discuss that. What am I looking for? I'm looking for water to drink. So you have the number. You can call. You can call. Very childish, Makebi Zulu. Very, very childish. Very mature. Very mature. Yeah, is he mature, this guy? He is very mature. No intelligence whatsoever. No intelligence. Eh? This is not in Kenya. Oh, you run to the public. Hey, government sent people to go and see the body. And yet you don't have the evidence. The people that went there, they are South Africans. The company that was hired is South African. Yeah. Hello? 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 Mwale nchani mune?
How in February no inakatushi munga mwaikala cha.
Wina February.
Okay. No, I just want to comment as well for Kambela Kadiba Ari Banda. Yeah, number one, like I wanted to find out from you, like motoka disibile Ari Banda. Yeah, Baku at this particular time, and I also want to find out, like 2 weeks ago, the Catholic Bishop of Mongu Dalton, Bishop Ivan Chinyamba OM1, in one of these mentions, Bali Pokele Land Cruiser, and that Land Cruiser have to be in government, particularly Kuzedara. And a month ago, the Benedict monks, they received a Land Cruiser from Zedara as well. So does it mean that we won't have Kumongu na kumpika diocese, particularly ama Benedict monks? Then I also wanted to find out, there's something that has been happening between the Archbishop of Nora Diocese, Bishop Benjamin P. He has been going to State House having meetings with President Edgar Lungu. And not only that, in Fatima, the government donated also a Land Cruiser, but not from ZRA, but that Land Cruiser came from State House. So does it mean that when there is a new government or the change of government, we are going to call those congregations and the bishop of also Mungu have received here to be criminals? Because what we know that the church, Babombela Bantu, and the gift guys of Umuntu Garete Chabupe, Areta Kuwa, Tereja Kato, Tawa Bombela Balanda, Malapokera, because Chilchin to Chikara Kwako, Aranta Bombela, especially the Ava Mumishi and Baba require Uwaku. So I would like you to clarify on that one, especially. Na watu kama shikofu wa Banda, gawa pokeno koyadi, na wabambia wapokinde, na wanatanta winda. Ngachako nge kwa chinjo mteku, kuka poka, kesa poka jen, na mwaba kwa wakapoka. Ngati mwasuka papena abantu bali upawo kunatoke.
Awe, nala sukamune. Nala sukamune. That's why we have this platform. So, you have mentioned other people that have received vehicles. I mean, the Bishop of, is it Mongu? You have said
Mongu Diocese. Yes.
Mongu Diocese and a congregation. And which congregation is that?
Benedict monks in Impika. The vehicles received by Father Noah's video.
Okay. So now, here is the issue. So you are wondering to say, the point is that I think for me, it should be a learning lesson to the clergy. It should be a learning lesson. I can't confirm about those vehicles. I don't know about them. And I don't even know where they came from. And I don't know what basis. I can't confirm. But for me, speaking as a public lawyer, it should be a caution to the clergy that when you are receiving some of these gifts, at least check, ask a few questions. Don't just receive them to say, and you just receive it. Because it could be a process of crime. It could be a process of crime. So, number one, I can only caution them by the fact that this is happening in Kuliba Arik Banda. It should be a learning lesson. Even those who are receiving, they should be careful when they are receiving. So even as we are talking, I'm sure now I'm sure this message will go to them. I want them to check. I want them to check on what basis are they receiving this gift. Where are these gifts coming? Are these gifts legitimate? Are these gifts legal? If there are issues, they better return them. They better return them. Because if they don't return them, we will have the situation of Varik Banda. And the issue of Varik Banda, whether you like it or not, the guy that gave those vehicles, Alimuchifungo, it was illegal. Whether you like it or not, it was illegal. And therefore, since it was illegal, we cannot say it is okay. It is not okay. It is not okay. Whether others are receiving those vehicles, it doesn't make them legal. And therefore, even those who are receiving, they should be careful. This is my response. Hello?
Hello? Yeah, I'm getting you.
So, wangu for wino. Batekanye munyinane, batekanye washima pepo wonza walepokelele nyotoka, abalepokelele na fimbi, batekanye babe careful. Pantu palasti. Chikala leto musevanya. It is not right. So you should be very careful.
Exactly.
That's all I can tell you, that they should be careful. They should learn.
So maybe for the sake of the people who are listening, Bushe iliamotoka ilayi niba banda bapokelele. Bushe, whether you want as a personal vehicle or in one of the orphanages, or maybe they have donated to one of the seminaries, something like that. Do you have any information about that? That
can only come from the Archbishop himself. And this is what I've said, that the Archbishop, instead of using people like me, then Makebi, to talk about this, bringing it in an issue which is away from this accusation, the best that they should do as a church by now, they should have issued a statement. They should have issued a statement by now. Because, a church is not beyond criticism. At least I know that. By the fact that you are a church, it doesn't mean that you are immune from criticism. You are immune from being accountable. As a church, if anything, we must even be more accountable. More accountable. So if there is an issue in the public domain which is creating doubt, I think it is prudent and wise for the church to issue a statement so that people can know. I think the one who can answer that question that you have asked is a very important question. And the people that can only answer that, it is Arik Banda or his structure should be able to respond to that so that people can know.
Yeah, I get your point.
So that people can know.
Mr. Daddy, exactly. So are you advising does it mean that okay, ama-churches nangule nkutesha kusanisha ama-church shilekane fyakufuma kuli babuteko?
I'm not saying that.
Organization. Then apart from that, we saw just recently the Bishop of Mansa Diocese, Bishop Patrick Sanga OFM, Daddy can everybody set 125 days. No, to donate a coca sangu, but Bishop Pasara and the Tawe, Neko in an Akana and she require. So now, yeah, maybe you can.
So now the point is that churches, they survive on the goodwill of the people. That's what they survive. All the church world over. The church of Christ, even Jesus Christ said, go without anything, don't carry anything, you know, and wherever you go, if they open the door, they feed you, stay there. So the mission of Christ is based on the generosity of people. However, we should be careful. We should be careful when we are receiving some of these gifts, especially in this age where information is everywhere and people are running propaganda and so on and so forth. So we don't want to erode the confidence of the faithful in our church by what we are doing. And you know, the history of our church is very clear. You remember the Roman Empire, when they were receiving so much and whatever, people lost faith, you know, in the church. So we don't want the same situation. Our church leaders should not come out like they are only interested, you know, in gold. They should show that they are interested in the souls of the people, in serving the souls of the people. So they should be careful when they are receiving these gifts. Otherwise, it is embarrassing when you receive a gift and at the end of the day, you have to go to court. I don't think it is right.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I gave you time because this is a delicate issue and it is important to me as well, personally. It is important to me personally. It doesn't please me to discuss this matter publicly like this. But unfortunately, sometimes we need to speak out things. We need to defend our church. You know, the church is not Chirufatayari. The church is not Ali Kibanda. The church is all of us. The church is the body of Christ. And where there is a weakness, we're supposed to point it out. And this is why I've discussed this in public. That some of these things that Ali Kibanda has been doing, surely they have brought, you know, our church in a compromised situation whereby you know. And surely, I think the church is supposed to be there to reconcile people. To reconcile people. Not I want to celebrate Mass to South Africa. Okay.
So, Mr. Zadi, I can ask another question.
Let me take other people. Hello? 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 Hello?
Batari.
Yes.
Sorry, my brother nachukua compensation kamepali phone himbi hapa.
Please go ahead.
But yes, thank you very much. But Batari, you are speaking so well, Bakalamba. And Mwalishiva, what you do and what you are saying, you appreciate Chalo. Sometimes I do get surprised. Sorry, I don't actually even refer umuntu wako atufumene mukisha contribute na kukusha. But the fact of the point is, ile ndera ndana yimwe and afundisha yimwe. Certain things are
network ya Lubana. Sorry, network ya Lubana. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, but
Yes, sir.
ndefuna ukushita ukompyuta point yekuvatirara ndaya amabhiko kupokerera amamoto. I think ngaamamoto ivapokerera vari kidhani ngayadii yachechi epo ipepo yakambire okuva mukoti kuvati vari kupinda mumotoka. If it was for the church, I believe the church that we should start to say we receive this as a church or as a gift. No, but the church was quiet until uyo muntu wachitirize motoka navatatu. So today, are you telling me that the church can come out to say, no, we see you as a president when that person is in prison? I don't think it was for church. Let's not drag church into this personal issue. Yeah, what we are to about that. However, if it's true, we don't have the truth. I believe the church will say, oh, why the parents have the church who was? Oh, the whole Catholic, it was quiet when that issue was in court until the person has been jailed. Do you think it's my mistakes there? But as for me, my wife likes the panga says because it's under church ya kakishe to hearing that to kwati whatever bazogara boss wakati. Because church did come out to say, wali there is kwati imotoka yavo petrol vota papechi darifezi andi umuntu akarewe otovengaiti na statement kwati ya church. Even if they issue the statement, I believe it will not come from church.
No, thank you, my brother. Thank you. Hello? 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 Yeah. Some of these issues, they are sensitive, but you know. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hello?
Hello, Madari.
Please try to speak up.
Ka network ife karibu na challenge pa no.
So aponga mlelanda speak direct in the phone. Kwati mlelanda fe direct na ine filia and not to kusela.
Exactly, and this is what I'm doing.
Please go ahead. Not to kusela sela. Ngamazela network ya Zambia. So we must stand still.
What is the nation anthem?
Okay, please go ahead.
Now what to the Papa ready? You know, I cherish your views, but and you know nowadays have been one of your followers, and I really appreciate it. You know where we can ask ourselves questions? It's from the statement, the way you came out. How do you think, even the question in position concerning the vehicles, we talk about it to say that, we know, church, maybe na veshiva, and all those kind of things. The issue ya Govt Wamdala has been maligned himself when he did a political party. So, in whatever ways, we can try maybe to ask those questions to defend why motoka, yari chechi, or yari gifti, and whatever. Somebody is already jailed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, meaning, yes. somebody is already jailed, because if it was that their motoka, like the way you said, the church is there to receive a gift. And I'm a gift yengi or to Mwale as a Catholic, you yourself know you're a Catholic. But yeah, when you are talking about Shimbiyama, you didn't Shimbi, Mwapokelanga yaki. Accused what we don't want to go to church. Come on. The church, it means you have to come out. What are we for? In a good faith, what we have as a church. But there's nothing which was done on that level. Like any comment go so quickly. But this is my first time I'm talking about this issue. Naliyumva sana, ndakonga kuma radio, nalifilo kuchita kwa comment ifilishons. You know, me I'll go direct kuli family. Ba family na balala sana pali didi yashi, yamu yashi. It's not about uyomu lumendo wesotulela ndapo uyo Makebi Zulu. Somebody could have mixed control alande achitechi na ma complications go to but ngabe ni ba family achilufya tayari. What are they thinking? Do they really sure have the love ile kwa umuntu natusha? Uyu muntu ali nikateka, uyu muntu ali ni leader, uyu muntu ali wa family member utu. Ukwati tentu mubule tunake. Nangutuanaka.
Network tidy we know, but I think I've gotten your point. Network tidy we know, but I think we have gotten the point. Hello?
Hello, macho mashano kan.
Wena fishani wa.
Okay. Akulu muri bwino koma.
Ni chambe bwino.
Siko makwambiri tokoza kuti munhu kama muri ndakulu. Apangani akulu. Yamene mwaleta ndisanya kuno maningi. Koma ija motoka itongera mpesa no. Tuonzea mpingo connection ya mpingo semebeita nao. Mloeka sembe ile takamesa mungu na ukamba kusikia mpingo. Batupasa kubali moto yachi. Mambo akulu. Ota tipameno chita eve kutola moto kala nombo kulenje naeka yai utaweza ukawala lako. Ula muntu enze kati mkata tukambeso wa PF ni kipasaiza wa PF mayo so mawe mene mukamba mwe akulu tukukonkani kuno bwino mukamba zona you are not siding with any party mwamba so that tukazikuta mbali kuti lomba onani ula muntu wempasira bali moto ija mba alizi okamba polisi no okamba polisi kuti ya iona uyu muntu wempasira moto ka muma akamba polisi kwa mtu kwenye yake ka so abakulu mwe imilira batirungamo kalime muntu akakukuseni ta mwabo akulu so mpitilize mwe kukamba patirungamo mpitilize mbitu kukamba patirungamo and we write in when you talk zikaipa zitu mufunika mukana watu waise tukamba kuti zivuta zikamveka lomba zamveka ali kaliye wewe kumupingo kuzokamba kuti none banipasira motoka so iyi motoka tendi chite register mupaso ndimo iya ite mwaona kuti pepani kuti zinthu zafika kwa soni mchiponi ngako tituvusa mfoni ngako semo ngakatoni muntu umezi akota ni sazina yakatolika tuvisa mfoni corona uivale mu bantu waona po aliki pa corona isati bakaziona po yes waona po aliki mona ko pepani kuti twakamba vambiri pakatauka mono pepani mugone bwino wako
zikomo hello
hello ngirakumva
mkwai
Nataka kuepusha kofi cheni mwande muya mwasuke kona imokweshi nota mwasuke. Ushe uyunto wakako wakuzeda wamukakiro mulando waba ari kubanda orashani. Then number two naba mipusha question kuri bajati kwani baba bishop abaya ku state house kuma meetings. Tamu profile fiance pas de baya kocha.
Okay. So number one, Chanda na Nakaoma. These two, echo wabakakida ni mioto kesho bapere. And among those vehicles, ni moto bapere kuli ba Aliki Banda. Among those vehicles, echo wabakakide. So pamioto kesho bapere 22 vehicles. One of those vehicles went to ba Aliki Banda. That is number one. Number two, ati iyo ba bishop ba kundola bala ku state house to have meetings. I don't think there is anything wrong in that. I don't think there is anything wrong in that where a church leader or anyone goes to state house to have meetings with the president. Unless kwafuma fimo. But as it is, him going to state house to have a meeting, chimo fena imwewe lenga mwako state house. Busheni ishmo alufia nyanyishmo pango mulani. Unless kwafuma fimo, unless something comes out of there. Maybe if he is also given a vehicle from another parastatal, then we can talk. But him going there to engage the president, to give advice to the president, I don't think that is wrong. I don't think there is anything wrong there. Unless there is something that we don't know. But him going there, no. That is my response, my brother.
But kwena okurusenga maeri kibanda bayirusenga nomba abantu omo bara discuss redi ashbara litwala mumbi.
And you wafia, if you Mwalanda, I think it would have been good for a statement to come out. Because abantu ngatapali statement tawaswike. I mean, abantu bamokula ndromo badefwaida. You see what I mean? Balambokula tunganya vinge. So sometimes the coach skefia so kufuma. Oh, imoto kawampere musango wa sona so. Shaishira tiafu mino kuna mchaba na shani. Not we keleve tondoro. That is my take. Thank you, my brother. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, yes, good evening.
Yes, Mr. Tale, good evening. How are you, sir?
Fine, thanks.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, how are you, my dear?
I'm okay. I wanted to find out, you are talking about Eric Banda with that vehicle. I want to find out who bought the vehicle first, which government?
It's ZRA. And ZRA is under the...
But ZRA is the one... So ZRA is the one who bought in the vehicle?
Yes.
No. So now why people are they condemning if it was that vehicle, if it was bought by the ZRA? So why are they complaining?
Why they are complaining, my dear sister, is that Eric Banda, it does not work for ZRA. So how can ZRA buy him a vehicle? How?
I know he's a bishop, right? He was the former.
No, he's actually the Archbishop of Lusaka. So how can ZRA...
Oh, he's still the bishop.
Yes. So how can ZRA buy him a vehicle? It doesn't work for ZRA.
So maybe they are trying to trap him.
Well, he was given that vehicle during the time of PF. So, if there is anyone who wanted to trap him, it was...
So now they want to lie to say it's the PF who gave him?
Okay, my dear, bye. Yeah. You know, and you see how I think those of you who are in the church circles, you can see I spoke about a number of issues, but the issue of Eric Banda has already taken the center stage. This shows that there is high interest in this matter, and therefore keeping quiet about it is just not helping. I spoke about a number of issues, but Eric Banda's issue has taken a center stage. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm calling from Shangombo.
Please go ahead.
Yes. For me, I think I have, you know, Eric Banda, he was not clever. What they say is, if you live in a grass-thatched house, you should not throw stones. So what they did, by UPND, they looked at him and found him a case, so that they can make him to shut up, or they can shut him up. You see?
My brother, wait a minute.
Yes.
From what you are submitting, it's like they looked for a case so that they can make him shut up. But the fact is, there were 22 vehicles.
Yes.
22 vehicles.
Yes.
And Eric Banda's vehicle was just one of those vehicles. So it is not that Eric Banda was targeted. It is not that he was targeted.
No. What I'm saying is, even him himself, because he was so aligned with PF, he motivated them to do that, to find out. They are going to do it maybe in silence, but because him is outspoken, so that is the reason.
For me, in my view, the issue of Eric Banda is so pronounced because Eric Banda is an archbishop. That is why.
Yes.
You know, when you are a man of God, wakumyako, I mean, chimona iridia wakashana. Yeah? I mean, vengi, awasangomali ya shiaso. Nombanga wasangwa tuliwaku change. Yeah. Ni shiriakula.
Sana. So na hopi na wati, watanga wana kuli PF from side you. How ni chirwani?
Chabana West, it's true.
Chabana West. Oya mbaputi point imbi wakaramba ya kwa wati. I was so disappointed with Makebi Zulu this night. You know, why did they choose on Eric Banda? I thought maybe over there Salah, my former presidents.
Imagine.
Why didn't they choose a former president from other country so that they mediate properly? But not these people who are aligned.
Imagine.
So for me, I'm very, very disappointed.
Even me.
Then the other issue is, Makebi Zulu said, I called Patrick Kangwa. Now, if he called him, why does he want him to put it in written?
Imagine. He gave him
just caught. So him should also be caught to say, we didn't send those people. So for me, what I feel is, it is the black Jesus who is telling them what to do so that they use the same in the courts of law.
Yes, they are
No,
trying.
the government wrote this notice.
Yeah.
No, thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, my brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. By the way, did you give that lady? Did you? First of all, did you give that lady 200? Did you give her?
I gave her.
You gave her? Are you sure?
Yes, I even gave her your line.
But the point is, you gave her the 200 kwacha.
Yeah, I gave her yesterday in the evening, yes.
Oh, okay. Yesterday. Because, okay, fine.
Yes.
I'll confirm tomorrow morning.
Please do so.
Okay, go ahead.
The first one is, I'm very disappointed with Makebi Zulu. Have you seen how he has brought the name of Alik Banda in public?
You see? You see?
Everyone was quiet. Even this issue of ZRA, people were talking about it muted.
Yes. We had forgot. We were almost forgetting about it. But now Makebi Zulu has brought it back.
He has now. He's a stupid person who washes his linen in public. Hello?
Yes, we are here. We are listening.
Yeah, so and then the second one is we have now shifted from the main topic of Makebi Zulu to start discussing about Alik Banda. Because of the uselessness of Makebi Zulu. I don't know how he's feeling right now. If Eric Banda is listening, he should avoid associating with fools like him. He has got a very big name he has built for a long time to destroy it with the likes of Makebi Zulu. Because no one is going to give him respect. Because at the end of the day, we didn't even know there were some negotiations going. You see? So for me, I'm very disappointed. And there's some PF cadres who still now insulting you when they are saying what you are saying is exactly the truth as it's supposed to be spoken. And the Bakangwa should come out, because if UPND cadres are going to come and talk, they will start complaining.
No. Bakangwa, he doesn't have to say anything. Bakangwa doesn't have to say anything. Say what? On what? There's nothing that
Makebi Zulu says government sent people.
No. The government doesn't have to respond anything. There is Bakangwa gave an answer to Makebi Zulu, and he has said it that he told him that no, he's not aware about that. He denied it. So that's enough. No. Government does not even have to talk anything, to say anything. It's just to leave them. These people, you know. If government start responding to them, it's like giving them credence, giving credence to Makebi Zulu.
Okay, yes.
What he said is useless, just to dismiss him. You don't have to respond to Makebi Zulu.
The last question. The last question is Makebi Zulu married?
Because that's left not married. Hello? Hello?
Magombeni.
Yeah, I'm quiet. Hello?
Ndelanda Makebi Zulu na tumula beko pye.
Akula ndisheni ko so that today umfwa.
Ndelanda Makebi Zulu na tumula beko pye is just doing damage control. Is embarrassing.
Yes, you are right.
That case from the
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
He messed up that case from the beginning, so now is that doing damage control and fault finding.
It's true. I agree with you. I agree with you.
So, tiramposa na manonyesha kweva ati waochenga nawe ne ewata mkubrema kwa brigade tamwakita kwa.
No, you are right. You are right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? How's the guy? Fashion?
Bueno, fashion.
No. Okay. Madam have the job.
Akula
family our baby. Okay, nanda tiushe. Chama baby kaba ile some announce. If the family or wala ipanga ave no.
Makebi Zulu ni spokesperson wa family. So whatever he says, we believe that it is the position of the family. That's what we believe. Of course.
Number Makebi. Get walande kwatia, but if you tolerate that afilipanga sense.
Because kai efe trendo kwachu na iwenga na usenda molu bali. Na iwenga na usenda molu bali ni te chumwa na tifina fibi pa. Kai na wani shomo dinai. So fyonse kusumini shafye nokulunda pwe fyobe.
Kozi apata filipanga sensi. Ishi ya motoka. Ya igira mshani mane kisho shini ya kiri. Adeni fila wacha natia. Fila ma media landa. So media Joseph amuna pa Facebook. Mishi government ya landa.
Imagine.
Joseph amuna.
Napana tulenda ndani government Ivelanda.
Government stance.
Napana tulenda ndani government Ivelanda.
So if you mulenda batana, ni government atani ukuyela.
At now wanjingishe nchito and yet statement na chiyumva pano pene na asuka at yo na wanjingishe nchito.
Mimi nitapanga sensi.
No, thank you Munyina, thank you.
Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello, mwachoma kulu?
Tachoma, mwachoma bwanji.
Tachoma. Nende okonsha. Uyu akulu Makebi Zulu. Aze lawyer. Muntu kazi lawyer, onga mume makabila tunga mume. Bekiwa tanga weruze, abada kutere kuchika. Nivola kuka, penzi pitenjira hii. Tanga la uze. Kumaenza hapa, oyanga na chepa ndalama olobani.
Afuna u president hivi.
Makebi alina interest ya kuti na eve pamena angapende kupanga cheto. Mwaona ka? So Makebi Zulu munga pakalipa upami jina yake yaonongeka. Ukamba chungamo mzambe Makebi Zulu anga muhayalika kika muimbilile kumulani. Mulato. Maona ka? Tukada hivi aliko na mbali. Chukwa kunkhala loye wenzofunika ukamba chilunga pakati pakati. Kuti yayi vateti tenti kutenjira ini. Mindra itange ona nishoku katwe panga ide yaku yodukira mako. Umulupe kumwamba kule. Niweka kweza kumputi. Lomba yeve Makebi anyezizive kuti white kumtema koti yena ukwina twasiya kwa kulika. Aliwa mausi. Enze kuna kuzambi yao enze kwa meneko. So akulu ngati wawela kuna kugamba. Mukawatembele koni mukabankazike pasi. Mukawawe rusi kuti yayi lamulo likana kutatu. Mwabu.
Sure. Zikomo.
Akulu mpone bwino. Wani ukumikukoka ni mzulu wakati.
Hello?
Pepari.
Hello? Hello?
Good evening, Wata.
Good evening.
Yeah, mine is on your Arik Banda. Yeah, what is happening? Since the matter is in the public domain, truly the church should have given a statement. Because the name of the church has been tarnished. And for sure, among the 22 vehicles, the other one is with Arik Banda. If he truly is conscious, is normal, he should be troubled. That's why certain cases, if it happens in public, it has to be done publicly to clear the name of the church. As it is now, actually, Arik Banda should have excused himself so that this issue can be sorted out, because others are serving the sentence.
Yes.
Honestly, the Holy Spirit will not let him, so that at least things can be settled. Then coming to the issue of Makebi Zulu, I don't know how other people were brought up. Certain things, you just have to let it go. You don't just have to cling on to the body, sure. For what benefit? Even if it's a political mileage. Because if you look at the situation as it is now, the government has just tried to give them a back, but they thought maybe they will have that mileage, but it doesn't work out. They just have to give up and say, guys, we've been defeated. Otherwise, thank you. Let others contribute.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hello.
President Ali, good evening.
Good evening.
Pediash Diava Archbishop Alec Banda. Me, the only question I'm thinking about now is that if the vehicle was given to the church, because I've heard some people saying that maybe the vehicle was given to the church. Why is it that on the RATSA certificate, Padia, it doesn't show the name of the church, but it shows the name of the individual? So all those explanations, maybe they gave the church, is not justified. The vehicle was given to Archbishop in his individual capacity. So he should explain that part. That's my humble submission.
Thank you indeed. Of course, from my point of view, I have not seen the white book of the vehicle, so I'm not sure if it is in his name. But if it is in his name, yeah, it is even more. It is even more embarrassing if really it is in his name, because if it is a donation given, to you as a clergy, I think it will be too much. It will be it will be bad. Anyway,
okay.
Thank you.
I submit.
Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Hello, President Ali.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, we thank you very much for your best analysis and what you are doing for the people of Zambia. Very good. Otherwise, these issues of Mr. Makebi Zulu, I can just put it to say, he is behaving like a coward. Yes, thank you. That's my humble submission.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, Mr. President.
Yes, good evening.
Hey, Monifer Wino Matad.
Wino.
I'm for Wino, don't for Wino Sana, and I'm Sanga live.
Oh, thank you.
Ndemi program Zambia. Bushe ababa Makebi Zulu mna. Bushe don't kanya for Wino first. Basteni ku advise na mama Lungu babwesha mutima era konkelela wa Makebi Zulu wale balira fempia
iyo limbi mwanga mwalanda kokutiwa omfwa bebeni
ifwete tutwe bade uyo muntu ale balira because nabo bena maloya baba ku South Africa limbyo bapanga pe alepo abeli ashitire tali yayo muri ayo mu ale balira fempia mwikale bwino sana misatari lesale misunga bubu
natotera. Yeah. To be honest with you, I feel sad. I really feel sad. Yeah? I feel sad. I feel sad that we have this situation in Lusaka Diocese. I feel sad. Me, I love my church. I really love my church. I'm a proud Catholic. But of course, the church is made of frail human beings. And sometimes we go wrong. Just like myself, I go wrong. Others also, they go wrong. Yeah. You know, what has made me sad is, you know, people have, it's the interest on this story. It's the interest on this story. The issue of Makebi Zulu is, you know, we were talking about Edgar Lungu, but the issue of the Arik Banda has taken prominence. That is something. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Tari. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Okay. Yeah, I was just checking just to confirm with you. It was in Alik Banda's name, the vehicle that was given to him.
Oh.
It wasn't, yes.
In the
even
change.
when you go to, yes, even when you go to Kosoe's page, I think he has put the white book there.
Oh, serious?
Yes, it is authentic, and I even checked back the stories. It was in his name.
Yeah.
That was I think that was the major problem that was there.
No, it's.
And also, just to comment on the issue of Mr. Makebi Zulu and the body and everything there. For me, nile akovati umwana kashita kutemwa rola forcing. The point I'm trying to make is, no matter, even if it kasumine, our government wakasumina cheche sangwa in the both case, these people just want excuses.
Yes.
By all means.
To
avoid the body coming to Zambia.
And then again, you see, but you see, my brother, this is why we are now having people going to the mortuary, because, I mean, it is making people doubt. You know?
Exactly.
You know?
I'm one of them.
You see?
I'm one of them. I'm doubting myself. And my brother, let me tell you something. Maybe people don't know, they should know. Makebi Zulu, the history, his curriculum vitae, all of his clients are in jail. Then what type of a lawyer is this one, whereby his curriculum vitae is only failure, and those guys are still using him? How? You understand? Because Bowman is in jail. All those people that he was representing, they are in prison. And even if he was not around, the other people remained representing him in the name of Makebi Zulu and Associate. So it is a sad thing about Makebi. I don't know how he's going to face the people since he wants to be a president.
Yeah. No, thank you, my brother.
Maybe even me tomorrow I'll go and register a party because it seems like everyone
in Zambia, everyone wants to be president. Yeah. Thank you. You see, I mean, they have been holding on to the body. They don't want to release the body. And yet, they are getting surprised. People going to sniff at the morgue. How do you get surprised? When you have not convinced people that Lungu is dead, you have not convinced people. And yet you are getting surprised, people going to the morgue. And you are coming here to announce like you are exposing government. I mean, how many people have got interest? So many people have got interest in that. How can you accuse government? Anyway, I am ending on a sad note. I'm not feeling very well. I feel very disappointed. Hello? Hello?
Hello, there.
Yes, sir.
Emba icho chishinga ngefini mwalando kweba interest mutana balefu achava omone bamono kweba tibalungu balifwana ukona mukombo unotwaikana abantu bayandata awe lungu tafa alefu yake sepeji kwa election pu iva pa ballot nomba kuti chachitika
That fitch ticket. But you see,
certificate yo achawe lungutapwa lefa pesa ya election aisa akebino kumina ni shapita ukuta tukwete makomboni
yeah no
nomba ukirenga abantu nomba bale yakulya mamuta ali mukuteki mu film leranda natote
yeah I'm quiet. Hello
Daktari mshani.
Bwana fashani.
Wino. Ine ndefa kulanda popali hyava nanikanya va Makebi Zulu. Because if you valera ndatiyo kwali abantu kumochari watu but vaileterere vanakachinda tevali kuno South Africa because me I'm in South Africa. Tevale panga press conference kuranda he was poisoned. And the people want to know the truth, whether they poison. Ma South African because the South African government yala bipeshina. Whatever abeshi bechinka of Africa Lungu, not I want to accuse that no Lungu since Africa South Africa. So why are they accusing the government now? Wale mnikata wakwete amano awantu nafiwa pesha amantareshi befya kushtawa Makebi Zulu. Okay, okay,
sure, thank you. Okay, I think I'll end here for tonight. We'll come and talk again on Sunday. On Sunday? No, I don't think I'll be able to talk. Anyway, we'll be talking as and when there's an issue. Yeah, and I'll let you know. Thank you very much for those of you that have called in. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for following me. May God bless you and may God bless Zambia. Good night.